YouTube, what's going on? Exhibit here, bringing you a brand new video. In today's video, I'm bringing you my predictions for round 7. Let me know what you guys think about them. Put a comment down below who you think is going to win. And as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys turn on notifications, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, much love. The last couple videos, I've been cutting it up where I'm like, oh, this guy would be good. 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 But instead, I'm actually going to change it up and I'm going to go through the riders, see who the all-stars are. But I'm also going to show the 250 new riders because they're going to 250 East Coast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show all those guys and then I'm going to pick my 4 riders and then I'm going to give like a reason why I picked all these 4 riders. And that's going to be kind of the video. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's do 450s first. Let's save the 250s for in a second. So the last moto finish. These are my 450 riders right now. I'm going to go with Cooper Webb, Aaron Plessinger, Justin Bogle, and Max Anstey. The reason why I went with Cooper Webb is it's going back to East Coast or in Minnesota. The dirt's going to be way better than California. Cooper's a really good rider on the East Coast. He loves that dirt over there. I really see him playing in for like a 4th or a 5th and having a handicap of 7 is like awesome. I saw Kenny also as a 7, but I like Cooper Webb because I think Cooper Webb is more consistent in the 4 to 7 range right now compared to where Kenny has been the last couple of weekends. I know Kenny, like the last couple of weekends, I know Kenny, it wasn't necessarily his fault per se with going down in 1 and then off the start from last week and just going to last place right off the rip. So that wasn't really his fault per se, but he still didn't reach back up to top 10. All these 450 riders are insanely fast, so it's hard for someone to catch up all the way back up. So I kind of like Cooper Webb at a 7. He's been riding really good. He's been riding consistent in that 4 to 7, like I said. So I kind of like Cooper Webb. And you never know what can happen. Minnesota, dirt's different. He could pull out a top 3, maybe a podium. And this all-star 7 pick is guaranteed, if he gets a podium, guaranteed top points. So I like Cooper Webb in this instance. Aaron Plessinger, he's been training all off season on the East Coast in Florida with Alden Baker. He's going back to the East Coast. I really think him not being an all-star, being on factory KTM, he's going to have an advantage getting in the top 10. He's been riding kind of mediocre, and I think that switches this weekend. I think he comes out, does a really good heat race, and then he comes out and gets a top 7, top 8, which will be double points. I think that's a really good pick. With Aaron Plessinger not being an all-star, being on a factory team, I think that's a really good pick. Justin Bogle, he finished 17th last week, giving me a 7 handicap. I'll put him in top 10. I could see him potentially, be maybe like in that 14, 15 range if like some other riders crash or something like that. And that'll put him even better points-wise. So I really like his handicap being a non-all-star. I believe he's good enough to always be in the main events, which is a good choice to have going into these main events, especially when I'm doing it on Thursday, per se. If I was doing it on Saturday and I saw who was going really fast in practice and stuff like that, and Bogle wasn't on it, I definitely wouldn't pick Bogle, you know? So on a Thursday, 7 handicap, East Coast, he rides really good. He trains over on the East Coast. I can see him getting into that top 15, 14th, 15th. Getting double points, and so I'm going to pick Justin Bogle. And then Max Anstey, he's been riding really consistent in that top 15. I believe he got, where is it? He got 13th last week. He's been riding really good. He has a bum shoulder, so that's kind of a concern per se. But he has been riding really good in that top 10 to top 14 or top 15, I guess. So having a 4 handicap, always being in top 15, you have a potential chance to get double points. Now on Saturday, if I see that he's not riding really well, I might switch him out for someone else. But this is definitely, I think, going to be my team unless I change drastically on Saturday when practice happens. I do see Vince here. I don't know if he's riding 450. He might be. That might be a good option to switch with Max Anstey. So be on the lookout if I change that. So let's jump over to the 250s. I really don't know the full rider list. I know some of the main guys. I don't know the full riders list. I kind of want to go down and just see who are all the main contenders that I think and tell them to you guys. So you obviously got Jeremy Martin, Jet Lawrence, RJ Hampshire, Austin Faulkner. Max Vohland can be a little underdog pick here and there. Jarrett Fry's pretty good. You got Pierce Brown. He's in his third year, maybe third or fourth year. He's a solid rider. Cameron McIndoe, Styles Robertson, Kyle Peters, Mitchell Oldenburg. Joshua Osby is a really good rider. These are all the riders that I think could have a possible chance of getting top 10s. And then you guys have your standard contenders: Lawrence, Martin, Hampshire, Faulkner, McAdoo. I think those are your main contenders. You also got Jordan Smith. I forgot about him. That's kind of it, to be honest. Like, those are the main heavy hitters. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those guys took the championship. My bet is Jet. However, I can see one of these guys sneaking up and maybe stealing it from Jet. But with that being said, my team off the rip, I'm going to go with Max Vollin, Jet Lawrence, Styles Robertson, and Joshua Osby. Now, like I said, I don't know if any of these guys are hurt. I know Jet's coming off an injury. I don't know about Max. Styles was coming off an injury from last year. And then Osby, I'm not quite sure. I haven't really heard anything. But let's go from Osby back. So with Osby pick, last year he rode really, really consistent. A lot of top 10 finishes. So I honestly see him being one of those top 10 riders. With the 4 handicap, that's put us in a plane of like 1st through 14th. Gives us an opportunity to get double points. I think he's better than a 10th on some occasions. And maybe this is like the first round, so fluke stuff can happen. So I kind of see Osby being in that 10th, 11th place. And I think that would be a good choice to pick, get double points. And then Styles Robertson, I kind of see him being in the 5th, maybe not 5th, but like 6th through the 9th place finishing. Him not being an all-star, that gives us an advantage. And I think that would be a good play. He's on Factory Husky. He's been training over on the Baker's Factory, I believe. So him coming from the East Coast, he's going to be ready. Like I said, with Osby, anything can happen in that first round. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got into that top 8 or 9, top 8 or 7th or 8th, giving us double points. So I kind of like that position. Obviously, you have your main all-star Jet Lawrence. That's my prediction for the winner of the 250 East Coast. With him being an all-star with the 1 handicap, I expect him to win. That's why I picked him. 1 handicap, 1st or 2nd. I expect good things from Jet this weekend. He's going to come out on fire. Now, if I don't see per se, like him, like have that speed in practice, I might switch it up per se. You guys will know in my review. But I really like Jet to win this title. I think he's going to come out the bang and win this first race. And then Max Vollin, 0 handicap, the only KTM or factory KTM rider there is, I believe, for the 250 class. He's going to come out with the bank. He's been riding really consistent from last year in Supercross. He rode top 6, I think, almost every round. So I like that position. I see him being like a Styles Robinson from 6th to 10th place. So that's going to be interesting to watch. He has 1 more year of maturing from last year, so he's going to be even better. So that's going to be interesting to watch. He's a tall rider. It's going to help him in like those whoop sections. So it's going to be awesome to see. If I had to pick my underdog picks, I wouldn't mind picking someone like Jordan Smith, 8 handicap all-star. He's a solid rider. He's injury prone and crashes a lot. He does have those races where he does do really well. So that's an underdog pick for an all-star. And then I was contemplating on Levi Kitchen or Pierce Brown. I think those 2 guys will be really good this weekend. So those are my 3 underdog picks for the 250 class. And then for the 450 class, my underdog picks, I wouldn't be surprised for like Brandon Hartrath to do really well. Alex Martin, if you guys have him, Alex Martin do really well. And then Dean Wilson as well. Dean Wilson's been a solid top 10 rider all year. So those are my underdog picks. First lap leaders, 250 class. Man, this is up in the air. I could see it being like an Austin Faulkner, RJ Hampshire, one of those 2 riders. And then the 450 class, I think it's going to be either Eli, Jason, or Kenny, to be honest. I think it's one of those 3 riders if I had to pick. But these are my fantasy picks. Put a comment down below what you guys like, as well as what your fantasy team is for this weekend. I want to read some of them. I want to see what they are. And we'll obviously do a little different maybe for Saturday if I don't see these guys doing really well in practice. Now for my predictions. All right, my predictions, I'm going to go with Jet Lawrence first, Jeremy Martin 2nd, Cameron McAdoo 3rd, RJ Hampshire 4th, Austin Faulkner 5th. That's my top 5 for the 250 class. For the 450 class, I'm going to go with, man, I really want to put Chase Sexton up at first place right now. I'm going to go with Eli Tomac first. Chase Sex. Man, I can't do that. Jason Anderson's been on a crushing, like, he's so fast. For the 450 class, first place is going to be Eli Tomac. Second place is going to be Jason Anderson. Third place is going to be Chase Sexton. Fourth place is going to be Malcolm. And fifth place is going to be Cooper Webb. That's my top 5. 6 is going to be Barsha. Maybe. Maybe. And my surprise pick, Justin Barcia. Wow, I said that wrong. Justin oh my God, I can't speak. Justin Barsha, 5th. Did I already say 5th? Fuck. For my 450 class, I'm going to go with Eli Tomac first, Jason Anderson 3rd, Chase Sexton 3rd. Oh my God, that was horrible.